Good morning, dear children. Warm welcome to all my teachers. Today's TSAT live program is designed for classes 6th and 7th, and I am Dr. 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗏, SCERT Telangana, and to deal with today's subject, I have with me Mr. Nagaraju, PGT English, Model School, Karimnagar, and to his left Mrs. Sreelatha, SA, 𝗳𝗶𝗫𝗁 𝗘𝘅_, Nalgonda district. And we know that we will get comprehension passages and discourses, so many in our question papers, and to start with this, today we will begin with comprehension passages. As we know that most of the children are facing problems while answering the questions to the comprehension. They are able to understand the questions, but they are not writing them properly. So, let us have some discussion on that, why the children are not doing well, where they are lagging behind, and what the problems are they facing. And I request Mr. Nagaraju to have focus on that topic.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone, my dear children and the teachers. I am Nagaraju, working as a postgraduate teacher in Model School, Ramadgu, which is in Karimnagar district. Yes, ma'am, I do agree with you. So, as we all know, we have language components in our examination. Today, as we are dealing with 6th and 7th class students, and it would be a wonderful thing to have an elaborative discussion on an initial skill, that is reading comprehension. As we all know, in a paper, so we will be having language skills like LSRW, listening, speaking, reading and writing. For some time, if we keep aside listening, so always reading plays a vital role, a very important role, not only in 6th and 7th classes, but also till the end of almost all academic exams, not only academic exams, but also competitive exams. See, reading, when a student is capable of understanding whatever he or she reads, there itself the purpose of learning language is almost fulfilled. As we are dealing with 6th and 7th class students, see, the challenge with the students, the challenge with the reading comprehension is the students are, they tend to copy the chunks from the passage. Here we would like to have an elaborative discussion on this area. Not only reading comprehension, but also as time permits, we will go with conventions of writing and writing discourses as well. Okay, let us get back to reading comprehension. Comprehend, the immediate meaning of comprehend is to understand. So, here I am going to show you a slide. In this, in general, in reading comprehension, what are the questions asked in the examination? So, we feel that most of the time the students, they just copy something from the passage and they copy and they just dump in the answer. So, instead, where the students can copy a little from the passage, where the students have to think on their own, where they have to involve themselves, like as if they are being there in the passage, they may have to imagine themselves that they are, they have to involve themselves as a character. So, in general, these are the questions will be asked in the examination, like factual questions. Here it is given, you see, everyone, my dear students. In general, we will be having factual questions where the answer is available directly in the passage. And the next, inferential question. What do we mean by infer? Infer means, a clues will be given there, clues will be given, they will be in the passage, just we have to try to guess the meaning out of those clues. For example, let me give you a small sentence. Every day the clouds are very normal. today for example the cloud is very dark. What do you infer from that? So you may guess, yeah, you know, every day the clouds are very normal, today it became very dark, it means that it may rain very soon, like that. For example, one of your classmates in the classroom, every day he used to be very active, but on a particular day he is looking, you know, he is sitting very silent, and from that what you can infer? You can infer as if the boy or the girl is feeling a little sad. This is called inferential. Not direct answer may be available, but clues will be given. Based on the clues, if you are able to guess the answer, yes, there itself the task is done. And look at the third point. The third point is analytical questions. So there you have to analyze the question. And the fourth one is reflective question. Like for example, if you are in the place of you know, Rip Van Winkle, what do you do? If you are in the place of so and so, what do you do? If you face that situation, so there you have to reflect yourself, right? So let me go very quickly. So if you, I hope you are able to see the screen. So here factual questions, I have given you a small question here, you see. Factual question is nothing but what is directly stated, right? So here let us see the briefing. Factual questions test information that is clearly given in the text. In the text it is clearly given. The answers can be found directly without thinking deeply. See here I have given a small example sentence. The example sentence is Ravi went to school at 9 a.m. by bus. See here if it is a factual question, there will be a few keywords. What are the keywords given here? Who, what, when, where, how many. These are the keywords. If you focus on these keywords, very easily you can find the answer. And when we see the statistics like FLN, like midline test, endline test, you know, when we take all these LIP activities which are being introduced by our government of Telangana and school education and SCERT, everywhere the data says, the statistics reveal that the factual question, the students are able to answer the factual questions, but the problem is with the next questions like inferential and analytical questions. Here if I get back to this question, Ravi went to school. Who went to school? Come on, every one of you answer along with me. Ravi went to school, right? The next, when did Ravi go to school? Ravi went to school at 9 a.m. Then how did Ravi go to school? By bus. Of course, we will be able to answer this, right? Now let us go for the next one. Yeah, here you see, yeah, inferential question. Here I would like to get the next slide. Yeah, here you see, this is the inferential question. Here I have given you a small example. Inferential question is nothing but what can you understand but not directly stated. So let me brief here. Inferential questions ask students to read between the lines. Here you have to read between the lines. It does not mean that somewhere in between two lines there will be an answer. No, which means that there will be a clue. Based on the clue, we have to answer, right? Here I have given a small question. You see, Ravi reached school late and looked worried. You're right. So what are the keywords here? Why? What do you think? What can be inferred? So based on this text, let us frame two questions. The first question is, why do you think Ravi was worried? Come on, can you tell me why? What is the problem with Ravi? Because Ravi went to school a little late. His worry is the teachers may not allow into the classroom, or the teachers may give punishment. Maybe he might be having some task in the assembly. He might be missing that. That is his worry. Then what can you infer about Ravi's punctuality? So what can you get out of that? Just now we have taken a few examples. So like this you should be able to answer, right? So here the clues and your logic, if these two are mixed, you will be able to identify the right answer even for the inferential questions. All my dear 6th and 7th class students, inferential అనేటువంటి టర్మినాలజీ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఆ టర్మినాలజీ మీకు గుర్తు లేకున్నా పర్వాలేదు. కాకపోతే ప్రతిసారి ప్యాసేజ్లో డైరెక్ట్గా ఆన్సర్ ఉండదు. ఫ్యాక్చువల్ క్వశ్చన్స్కి మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. కొన్ని సందర్భాలలో మనం ఆన్సర్ని గెస్ చేసి కూడా ఇన్ఫర్ చేసి కూడా రాయగలిగేటువంటి కెపాసిటీలో మనం ఉండగలగాలి. నౌ లెట్స్ గో ఫర్ ద థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్. ద థర్డ్ వన్ ఈజ్ అనలిటికల్ క్వశ్చన్. In the analytical question, you see we have the key, we will be having keywords like why, how, and what is the effect, right? Here let me take this example. Example sentence is the teacher punished Ravi for coming late, right? So here what may be the keywords in this analytical questions? Why and how, and compare yourself, maybe explain, maybe analyze. Here every one of you look at the question. The question is, was the teacher's action justified? Why? See, Ravi came late. Teacher might have asked him to stand for 5 minutes, right? It may be a small punishment. Do you think this punishment is correct? So if you feel it is correct, in what way it is correct? If you feel it is not, it is not appropriate, then in what way it is not appropriate? You should be able to justify. Then how could Ravi have avoided the punishment? You know, see, here you have to imagine as if you are in the place of Ravi. So if Ravi gave the right answer to the teacher, he might have avoided the punishment, right? Next, let's go for the last one. The last question is reflective question, the last variety, right? What do you think or feel? ఇందాక చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, మనల్ని మనము అక్కడ ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకునేటట్టుగా, as if you are going to present your own reflection లాగా మనం అనుకోవాలి. Let's see here. These questions check values, feelings, and real life application. So here the keywords will be like, do you agree, and what would you do if you were in that place? How does this affect you? In that way, right? So let me take an example sentence here. The text part is Ravi realized the importance of punctuality, right? See what's the question? What lesson do you learn from Ravi's experience? Now you can you please tell me, what did you learn out of Ravi's experience? So you should never be late to school. Even if there is any urgency, you have to complete that part, and the first and foremost important thing to you is to reach school on time, and you have to be in the school before the assembly gets started, right? So this is what you might have learned, and you can write in the answer. At the next question, have you ever faced a similar situation? Have you ever faced any similar? Yes, every one of you. Of course, when we were students, even we faced the same situation. We may miss. When we missed, what was the thing we did? So there we have to imagine, we can reflect, we can give an answer in the form of our own reflection. So my dear children, this is the way you get the answers in any reading comprehension passage. When you understand these 4 varieties of questions are there, then automatically you will be able to answer. I hope you understood it. This is the way, madam.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nagaraju. And children, I think now you understood how to answer for this type of questions. Factual, anyway you will get the information in the passage itself, whereas when coming to the next 3 questions, and the next one is inferential, and of course as sir said, you do not have the direct information in the passage, you have to deduce the information, you have to guess the information, you have to infer the information. And the third one, that is analytical, and as sir said, you have to write in both ways. You have to accept it, or you have to disagree with it, but you have to justify yourself why you are accepting and why you are not accepting. And the final one, you have to think, you have to place yourself in that situation, then you will write the answer in a correct way. And as we discussed in the beginning, our children you are not able to write these type of questions in a proper way. Please do concentrate on that, and I request Srilata to give some friendly strategies how to answer these type of questions.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. And children, you have understood what sir has said. It was very clear, and to light upon it, I would like to show you the lesson which you have already listened to, that is the hero. Okay. So, let us see why we go for reading comprehension. Why are you people tested in that form? It is tested to check whether you have understood the particular passage, given passage. You have to read the passage for understanding, right? So, how far we know that you have understood will be tested in this reading comprehension. So, the first thing I would like to highlight how you are going to answer these questions. As sir said, you clearly, but here is with an example from your textbook we are going to see this. Okay. And in the exams, yeah, you can see here, right, like reading comprehension especially is to know how better you understand the text. So, let us go for the PDF here. This is a passage given from our textbook and the lesson A Hero. Now, if you have seen, the first two paras are given from the text. The father was sitting under the hall lamp and reading a newspaper, and he read something about a village boy or a kid, and he wants to listen to his son. He shows his son about and he makes him listen to the news. And let us see what Swami has reacted to that, and what was his father's intention of telling him the story. The next slide, please. Yeah, as sir has focused on what type of questions we get, and even madam has given a brief description of that. So, first, to remember for factual questions, you will get to know what the question words are first. So, like who, what and when. These questions give you the answer which is there directly in the passage. So, first of all, read the questions before you go with the passage. Read all the questions one after the another. Maybe if you do not understand, read in chunks, and you can repeat reading. See, take some more time to get it understand, and then focusing on the first question, let us go through the questions in brief. What news was for the reading out to Swami from the newspaper? So, what? This is a factual. By that word you can just easily identify that it is a factual question, and you can get the answer from the given passage. So, next, previous slide. How did the village lad save himself after coming face to face with the tiger? How he has. So, that also can be can also come under factual question. You will get that in the passage, but do remember that you just not copy or dump the sentences that are given in the passage. You have to make a little changes that which your teacher makes you practice. Okay? So, listen carefully to your teacher too when he or she teaches you about this particular comprehension. And next, in father's question, what do you say to that? What is his intention of or attitude towards Swami? And here he wanted to test his son. Okay? So, yeah, and then why did Swami think that the person who fought the tiger was not a boy, but a grown up man? And let us see how these can be answered. Yeah, here. Now, what news was father reading? Now, if you can concentrate on the underlined phrases that are given in the question, what news? We have to pick out the important points or the things from the given question, and then according to that questions you can go to the passage again and answer. Okay. What news was father reading out to Swami from the newspaper? Now, here you can see the highlighted one in the passage, that the father was reading and about the bravery of the village lad who faced a tiger while walking through a jungle. And this can be, it's a fact, as it is a factual question, you can directly write it from the passage, but you need to identify based on the important points that are there in the question. You have to underline, make underline if you need, and according to that you can pick out the answer from the passage. Let us go to the next question. How did the village lad save himself after coming face to face with the tiger? Here you need to give the explanation, like what has happened, and you can see that that is also directly given in the passage. Like he flew up, the boy flew up a tree where he stayed for a day. Flew up in the sense here he climbed. You can just, if you do not know any meaning of any word, you have to confer or you have to guess it from the given passage. So, no need of worrying that you are not able to understand all the given words. So, just guess the meaning of any words that you don't know just by reading the passage again and again. Yeah. So, in the next question, how did the village lad save himself? Yeah, he climbed a tree and stayed there until some people came and killed the tiger. Yeah. In father's question, what do you say to that? What is his intention or attitude towards Swami? And here it might be an inferential question. So, he in the place of father, you have to think, does this come under inferential? No, no, right? Reflective, yes. So, in this question, you have to see how father was testing the Swami's opinion and make him think about his bravery. He wanted to test Swami's opinion on the bravery. And in the next question, why did Swami think that the person who fought the tiger was not a boy, but a grown up man? And here you have to, this is also a reflective question that as Sir already has said, that you have to think in the place of Swami. So, being in the place of Swami, you have to answer this, means you have to see what Swami has thought and you have to reflect on that. Swami believed that only a strong adult, not a child, could fight a tiger. So, this is the way you have to answer the questions given in the given passage, for a given passage. And yeah, first thing is don't fear about the language, do practice it and do listen to your teachers first and be attentive in the class. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you Srilata, and you have given an elaborative answers for every question and what type of questions they will get and how to write the answers with example from the textbook itself. And children, do remember that you will have ample time to answer your questions in your exam, but the thing is you have to read it again and again. With one reading you may not get the gist of the passage, but with the second reading and third reading definitely you will get an idea what the passage is about and how to answer them, what type of questions they are asking. So, you will get the answers very immediately. And remember that every answer is in the passage itself. They do not ask you the questions from anywhere else. You will have the answers in front of you. The thing is you have to read it again and again and answer the questions in a proper way. So, I think you might have understood what type of questions will you get in your question papers and how to answer them. And now, let us move on to the second topic, conventions of writing. And as you know, conventions of writing is at most important in every writing, not only for the classes of 6th and 7th, for even a grown up person has to write in a proper way. Otherwise, the person who reads it do not understand the matter what is there in that written paragraph or passage or whatever it may be. So, I request Nagaraju Mr. Please go on with the comprehensions of writing and how to answer them and what are the comprehensions, what are the conventions of writing, everything please.
Yeah, thank you ma'am. So, let us take up the next topic, that is conventions of writing. See, as we all know, we might be with reading comprehension or we might be directly with writing discourses. But at the end of the day, you have to present everything in the form of written, the written document. Or you know, our curriculum is designed in such a way that at the end of the year, you have to prove yourself in the form of writing. See, for example, you are very good at reading comprehension and you know how to produce excellent way of discourses. You execute in a better manner and you are a good speaker, but unfortunately you do not know how to write properly. Unfortunately, if you are unable to use punctuation marks properly, where to begin the letter or the word with a capital letter or where there should be a comma, where there should be a full stop. So, these are the conventions we have to know. As long as you are not perfect with these conventions of writing, you may not produce better, you may not produce in a better way in academic exams. All right. So, what are these conventions of writing? So, they are nothing but the way how you use capital letters, and focusing on spellings, and paraphrasing, where you have to divide into different paragraphs, and focusing on punctuations. Okay. For the punctuation marks, directly we may not have maximum marks, but indirectly, even if you write an answer to the comprehension passage, there again you have to write in written form. Even for the writing discourse, of course, you write them, right. So, let us see a few discourses here, sorry, a few rules here. Why are writing rules important? I want all of you to look at the slide, and how does having rules help everyone? See, these writing rules, in what way they are going to help us, even to the kids, even to the grown ups like us, right. Proper writing skills help you become a better writer. So, if you want to become a better writer, you need to follow these rules, right. Here I have taken a small chunk. So, every one of you look at the small paragraph in the slide. So, yesterday I asked my friend, where are you going? He said, I am going to the library. It is very quiet. There I replied, that is good. You see here, if you look at the first one, the first paragraph, which is in black in color, yesterday, what is missing here? All the children answer to me. Do not look at the script which is in blue color. Yesterday, as we know, every sentence must begin with capital letter. You learn the rules, but unfortunately sometimes you do not follow, but we have to follow. Yesterday, yes, as you answered me, yesterday, here the word should begin with capital letter. The capital letter is Y. Yesterday, I asked. What is the rule? Wherever you write the word I, that has to be written in capital letter, right. When you consider I as a word in a sentence, that has to be in capital letter, that is the rule. So, these are the writing rules we have to follow. So, in the earlier passage it is given in small letter, now here it is given capital letter, that is the rectification we did. I asked my friend, where are you going? See, you would like to highlight a question, where are you going? So, when you want to highlight something, you have to keep that in inverted commas. So, it is kept in inverted commas, earlier it is missing, and as it is a question, as we all know, every question mark, that is question mark. Now, here we mention the question mark. Then you see excuse me, he said, comma, I am going to the library. Even here, this is the rule, not only here, even when you are going to learn direct and indirect speech in the future, that is the grammar topic, there also we will emphasize on these punctuation marks, right. See, he said, I am going to the library. You insisted, where are you going? And he also wanted to insist his answer, that is, I am not going anywhere, I am not going to classroom, I am not going home, I am going to the library. Then it is kept in punctuation marks. As the sentence is completed, at the end it is used there full stop. It is very quiet there, I replied, that is good. Then you wanted to give an appreciation, that is good. So, that is good is also kept in inverted commas. So, this is the way, if you use the punctuation marks or capital letters, all the conventions of writing, the thoughts or the written form of your document, so will be apt, and obviously you will be given higher marks, right. I think these are the things we have to follow.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Nagaraju. And in conventions of writing, usually you will get the punctuation marks, capitals, and subject verb agreement, and even paraphrasing, as sir discussed. And Srilata, could you please elaborate this one?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Don't stick on like conventions of writing. What is this new word? It is just as simple as ABC in English, means the starting or the basic thing that you need to express yourself while in writing. What are the rules that you have to follow was already explained by our sir, but here you need to just concentrate. You have already learned how the capital letters are written and how the small letters are written, but you people have to differentiate them, where to use the capital letters and where the small letters. So, and as simple as such. Next, the punctuation marks like full stop. Full stop after a sentence, after a complete sentence with a full meaning, right? And the punctuation marks like comma, question mark, and as sir said, for dialogues, you have to use inverted commas. So, these are the basic things that you have to follow in order to write in a proper manner, so that the readers can understand your writing. That is the main purpose of following these conventions of writing. Now, let us see a small PPT on that, wherein here we have to focus, as madam said, you have to focus on grammar, means the subject verb agreement, then the punctuation, the spelling, and the capitalization. It is very easy, just make your mind up. Next, there is a school where the teacher has assigned the students of writing about what they have done the last Sunday. So, a boy, she has collected all the write-ups of all the students, and she has highlighted one part of it, one of the boys' write-up. And here you can see, last Sunday I visited my grandparents' house. It was a long journey. The place was peaceful and green. I felt so happy. Wow! I told my mother it is very beautiful. So, there are no punctuation marks, no conventions of writing, just he wrote up as he wished to. But see, if you see the next one, this is a thing that she has produced, madam has produced, to find to make the students find the differences in their writings. And you can notice the capital letters there. Now, you see both of them in a single slide. Here you can see the differences between madam's write-up and also the child's write-up. So, here you can notice the capital letters, full stops, comma, and even apostrophe, okay, and quotation marks. Now, let us focus on capital letters. Last Sunday, L is the beginning letter. As it is the beginning letter, it has to be written in capitals. And even Sunday, Sunday is a proper noun given to a particular day, and that also should be written in capitals. Next, I, as sir said, that it wherever it occurs, as it is proper noun, and have to come in, sorry, not a proper, it has to come in capital letters. And if you focus on it was a long journey, I, the same as the beginning of the sentence, and the next sentence also the, T, and I, wow, and it, I in it. And now, let us focus on the punctuation marks. Now, last Sunday, where we have to divide it for a proper chunking of the sentence. Now, last Sunday, here you need to, even in reading also, here we have to take a small pause. Last Sunday, I visited my grandparents' house, and you can notice the apostrophe there given to grandparents. Grandpa, tataya yokka, ala, valla parents yokka ani house. It was a possessive one, and it was a long journey. The place was peaceful and green. I felt so happy, and wow, as you can see, it's a sudden expression of feeling, and it's so that the interjection, mark, exclamatory mark has been given there. Wow, I told my mother, it is very beautiful. And if you can observe, the last word beautiful is given in the given mistakenly, and here madam has corrected it. So, these are the things that you have to concentrate on to write any write-ups properly, in a proper manner. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Srilata. Children, conventions of writing is to make the reader convenient to understand the passage, whatever is written matter. So, while writing we have to keep in mind all these, then the opposite person or the person who is reading your passage will get to know what else are you writing, where you have used all these. Thank you, and let us move on to the next topic, discourses. And as you are in class 6th and 7th, let us start with the major discourse, conversation. I don't say, don't think that what is a discourse and how to write the answer for that, but the thing is, usually you converse with your friends or teachers or your parents, and with whom you ever want to talk with, the dialogues in between you and the other person is a dialogue writing or conversation. So, let us focus on that, how to write a conversation and what steps we should keep in mind while writing that conversation. So, Mr. Nagaraju, please do focus on that.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So, before straight away getting into conversation, I would like to give a small assurance to all the 6th and 7th class kids about these writing discourses. Most of these times, these students feel this writing discourses exercise is a challenging factor. My dear children of 6th and 7th class, don't worry about this. See, as we all know, if we want to simplify the major discourses, minor discourses, group A, group B. So, do not get confused with all these terminologies, right. See, of course, we have major and minor, group A and group B. Earlier we used to have 2 papers, now we have only 1 paper, that is for 10th class. But here why I am insisting here, why I am linking with 10th class, because whatever the discourses you are going to learn now, in fact not only the discourses, all the language elements, comparatively all other subjects, ours is different. The language elements whichever you learn here at this juncture, that will be carried further to 7th class, 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, even to the higher studies as well, right. Then what are these writing discourses? Why they are categorized into so many things, right? Very simple. In your mind at the moment, you keep it. Writing discourse is nothing but you want to express something in written form. For example, you want to ask me a question, sir, how are you? How are you doing today? Okay, this is an oral expression. So, the same thing if you keep on the paper, that comes under writing discourse, right. See, if it is a conversation, how are you? Then immediately my answer may be, I am good, I am taking a live session today. So, this may be the answer. Oh, really, sir? Happy to see you. So, based on my answer, another sentence is framed. When that sentence is kept in written form, that itself is a writing discourse. And my sincere advice to all the students is, don't get confused with the titles, with the layouts, with the formats. Layouts, formats, all these things can be learned in the next step. But first, as a teacher, what I would like to suggest you here is to focus on execute your thoughts in the form of a written, right. So, while you are executing, my sincere advice is let us categorize all these discourses, especially major discourses. Layouts and formats, mostly they will be useful for the minor discourses. In the next level, we will be having the topic. For the major discourses, we will be having like 11. So, right, for example, in 6th and 7th, you may not have the choreography, but all other discourses you have. Whatever the discourse you started learning here, that will be carried till 10th class. So, you have much time. In my classes, most of the times I notice student when I go to a student when I ask a question to the student of 9th class or 10th class, come on, can you tell me how many types of discourses do we have? Most of the times I can see the question mark on their faces. Then can you tell me? So, because I observed here the students are getting confused with so many titles here from 6th class and 7th class itself. Give you a clarity. The clarity is focus on sentence construction, how to execute your thoughts in the form of writing. See, we have so many discourses, right? So, if we take story writing, then interview, then conversation, then drama script, then descriptive, narrative, report, speech, then biography, essay, letter writing. These are all the discourses, right? ఈ మొత్తం డిస్కోర్సెస్ని మనం 2 పార్ట్స్గా, ఒక్కసారి నా సెంటెన్స్ పైన ఫోకస్ చేయండి. ఈ మొత్తం డిస్కోర్సెస్ని 2 పార్ట్స్గా తీసుకుందాం. మీరు ఇనీషియల్ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి క్లాసెస్ పెరిగినా కొద్దీ మనం లేఅవుట్ ఫార్మాట్స్ని ఒక్కొక్కటి ఇంక్లూడ్ చేసుకుంటూ వద్దాం. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే కాన్వర్జేషన్ తీసుకున్నా, ఇంటర్వ్యూ తీసుకున్నా, డ్రామా స్క్రిప్ట్ తీసుకున్నా, ఈ మూడింటిని తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఈ 3 ఎలా ఉంటవి? డైలాగ్ ఫామ్లో ఉంటవి. ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ డైలాగ్స్ అంటే మనం ఒక డైలాగ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూయర్, ఇప్పుడు మేడం నన్ను క్వశ్చన్ అడిగారు కదా, మేడం క్వశ్చన్ అడిగితే నేను దానికి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పడం, రైట్? మేడం నన్ను ఏంటి ఎలా ఉన్నారని అడిగితే నేను దానికి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పడం, అది కాన్వర్జేషన్ అవుతుంది. సో కాన్వర్జేషన్ కానివ్వండి, ఇంటర్వ్యూ కానివ్వండి, దెన్ డ్రామా స్క్రిప్ట్ కానివ్వండి, ఇది డైలాగ్ రూపంలో ఉంటుంది. ఇంకా మిగతావి తీసుకుంటే ఇట్ మే బి అ రిపోర్ట్ ఆర్ ఎ స్పీచ్ ఆర్ ఎన్ ఎస్సే ఆర్ ఎ లెటర్. ఇనీషియల్గా ఏంటి, ఇనీషియల్ పార్ట్ అండ్ కన్క్లూజన్ పార్ట్ కొంచెం డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటుందేమో, బట్ బాడీ, ద జస్ట్, ద సమ్మరీ అనేది ఏదైతే ఉందో దట్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ మోర్ ఆర్ లెస్ ఇట్ విల్ బి సిమిలర్. సో మనం ఇనీషియల్గా దానిపైన ఫోకస్ చేద్దాం, రైట్? దానిపైన ఫోకస్ చేయడంతో పాటు టుడేస్ టాపిక్ లెట్ us టేక్ అప్, దట్ ఈస్ కాన్వర్జేషన్. వాట్ డూ యూ మీన్ బై కాన్వర్జేషన్? కాన్వర్జేషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? సంభాషణ, ఒకరితో ఒకరు మాట్లాడుకోవడం. కాన్వర్జేషన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎక్స్చేంజింగ్ అవర్ డైలాగ్స్. The moment you enter the class, you ask your friend, hey, have you done homework? Then you may ask another friend, why did you absent yesterday? Then he may answer, yesterday I was suffering from fever, yesterday I went to another village. Then why did you go to another village? Because there was a function to attend. Because my parents were not there at home, they took me to the function. In that way the conversation is built up, right? See, every day we do this. Every day, maybe in Telugu, maybe in English, formally, informally, when you go home, you talk to your parents may ask you the question, how is the day today? Then you may tell, yes, today is a very good day. And what's the special today? Today, one of the guest teachers came, and today we have seen a live session which was conducted by TSAT. So in that way, you immediately, the question, the answer, and from the previous answer the next question will be developed and the answer will be given, and based on that answer another question will be developed. In general, every day we do that. So when that comes into the question or examination, we are getting confused. When you give clarity to yourself, automatically you reduce your mistakes, right? Here with the help of a slide, let me brief about the conversation which we are going to take up today. See here, the topic is a birthday gift that grows, right? A heartwarming conversation about celebrating responsibly and giving back to nature. So here 2 friends they are celebrating their birthday and they are going to build a conversation. Let's see what their conversation is, right? See here the special gift. The boy 1 is telling, he is wishing, happy birthday Rohan, I got you something special. Then immediately when someone wishes you during your birthday, then how do you answer? Thank you sir, thanks Ra. So in that way you will write, thanks Arya. So thanks Arya, what's this? A small plant. So the other boy brought a plant as a gift, and this boy was curious to ask and he would like to know what it is about, right? See here the boy 1 is, yes, it's a plant, it's a sapling. It is in my family we plant a tree for every special occasion, birthdays, festivals, even small achievements, everything we celebrate in the form of gifting a plant. Then boy 2, oh, that's interesting, but why a tree? Then he was asking, that's really interesting, but why a tree? See, the conversation is built here, right? So based on that previous answer, now we are going to have the next question. Let's see the next question. Yeah, the next question is, trees give us clean air. Why he wanted to gift a tree? Because trees give us clean air, shade, fruits, and help fight pollution. Planting 1, see, in this way he is giving an answer, right? And the boy 2, he is asking, oh, that's a beautiful thought Arya. So this is the way we can develop our conversation. So if it goes on, see the excuse me, what are the challenges we have, and how the challenge is taken up, and how the idea is developed and the best gift ever. So, in simple words, conversation is nothing but developing your ideas in a formal way. While you are developing, you may face a few language challenges. Of course, we are there, your teachers are there to help you out. Sir, here I wanted to ask why this plant is. Shall I ask why this plant is, or shall I use why this plant was, or shall I use why this plant some or the other? If you have any doubts, your teachers are there to help you out. So, this is the way I feel, ma'am, this is the way how we have to build our conversation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Nagaraju. And children, you do talk to your friends or relatives or parents or teachers in your day-to-day life many times, but the thing is, while it comes to the writing, you have to notice that where is the situation, what situation you are in. In the question, they will ask you to imagine that so and so person and write a conversation in between those two persons. So, you have to recognize the situation, you have to recognize the characters and what to write and how to extend the conversation, because extending the conversation only you will have to write a longer sentences. So, in that way, imagine yourself, how can I extend these sentences, what can I write, whether they are related to the situation or not. And exchange, usually you will be asked to write 6 exchanges, 10 exchanges. Exchange means one dialogue from your side and one from another side. So, that will be one exchange, and keep in mind that regular wishes like hi, how are you, where, how do you do, these do not comes under exchange, keep it in mind. And I think now you can write a conversation in a better way. Let us move on to the next discourse, that is writing an invitation. Srilata, can you please focus on that?
Yes, ma'am. So, as sir said, do not focus on the names. Okay. Let us talk in general. Suppose I would like to tell you a story. Rohan, a boy of class 6th, he was very excited, he was feeling very happy that day, and all the children asked him what's the matter. Then he was busy in distributing some cards. On the card it was written my brother's birthday, and he distributed all to them. So, they felt very happy, as Rohan, their friend, is also very happy. And after reading the cards, everybody's face was with a question mark. Arey, a birthday. So, this Rohan, he told friends, please come to my brother's birthday. He was excited and he was telling all about that. And all of a sudden, a girl asked, Rohan, when is your brother's birthday? It is not written on the card. Oh, then he thought, is that so? He told like, it is tomorrow. And another boy asked, where it is celebrated? Do we have to come to your house, or do we have to come to any other place? Then he said, yeah, it's in our house. And another boy asked, and when we have to visit your house? Then he was confused. Arey, all this has to be written on the card. So, he told his friends that let me come the next day with all the written things, on all the particular things written on the card. So, the next day he came with a new card, designed new card for his brother's birthday, mentioning or highlighting his brother's birthday and welcoming everyone to his brother's birthday, mentioning the date, the place and also the time. And at the last he mentions that I am his brother by Rohan, your classmate. So, this is the way we have to construct and can you guess what that card is? Yes, of course, it's invitation card. You might have seen many such invitation cards in your life, especially పెళ్లి పత్రికలు వస్తుంటాయి మీ ఇంటికి అండ్ అందులో మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు ఎప్పుడు ఎక్కడ అండ్ the venue, the date, the place and also the time. So, these are the basic things that are to be included in a invitation in order to make others understand what is your intention of calling them. So, this is how we can construct an invitation card and especially in order to make invitation card beautiful or more attractive, we can go with some designs so that it becomes an attractive one and do remember to write all the letters not in the same size, but you make some differences in the size of the letters. For example, my brother's birthday should be highlighted as it is the occasion on which the invitation is written and the unimportant things like who is giving the invitation can be written in small font and you can even highlight the date, time and also the place. Okay? Yeah, this is what and how an invitation is written. And next time try a new invitation, write a new invitation for your birthday or any other celebration that happens in your home and distribute them to your friends. Okay? Yeah, ma'am. This is the thing that I want to highlight on the invitation.
Yeah, thank you, Srilata. Children, we know that you can draw a beautiful invitation. What are the features of invitation and you know, and as we too know how beautifully you can make the invitations. The thing is, you have to keep in mind while preparing the invitation what is that occasion is and where is that happening and when is that happening. So, you have to highlight these ones and so that the invitees, whoever you want to invite can understand where to come, when is it happening and who is inviting us and what is the occasion. So, everything they will know. So, as Srilata said, prepare your birthday invitation and you will know yourselves how to make it and how beautiful it will be. So, thank you and now let us recap whatever we discussed till now. So, I request my panelists to go on giving a tip on the discussed topics like comprehension, conventions of writing and of course, the discourses, conversation and invitation. So, I request my panelists to go on with these please.
Okay,
Mr. Nagaraju, yes.
Okay, ma'am. See, my dear children and all dear teachers, see, every one of us, we know that we focus our students to improve their language skills. In order to improve their language skills within the prescribed syllabus, in what way we can grow up, we can grow them up. So, this is the way we do. See, the first and foremost thing, the highest weightage is given for reading comprehension, not only at this level, but also at higher level. If we take here 6th and 7th classes and even if I always relate with the higher classes, nearly 37 marks are given out of 80 now for 10th class. That is for the reading comprehension. And the tendency earlier was before corona pandemic, our question paper was different. Now, it has got a lot of changes. Earlier, we used to have, based on the comprehension passage, we used to have passage and it used to follow 5 questions, each correct answer carries 1 mark. But now the trend has been changed, not only for 1 mark, even now the trend is for 3 marks, which means that the student should be able to write not only just 1 word or 1 phrase or 1 sentence answer, but he should be able to write a lengthier answer as well. For the factual question, it may be easy to write a lengthier answer, but slowly he has to improve for inferential, for reflective. It may be sometimes difficult, but if we start giving inputs from now onwards, from 6th and 7th class onwards, I think they will equip themselves. And this skill of writing lengthier answers for the comprehension passages will directly help them to produce effective way of writing discourses. And in simple words, the entire syllabus, the entire question paper, if we consider previous summative exams, and if we take our scheme of the examination from TG SCERT, and reading comprehension, grammar and vocabulary, and writing discourses, only these three areas. And these three areas we have to achieve. The learning outcomes should be in the form of, depending on discourse oriented pedagogy. As we all know, we directly don't teach them grammar, but indirectly we will try to get out from the students those learning outcomes, all the language elements we have to try. So when we try from now onwards, definitely our students will equip, and hopefully the statistics, the data also will improve in the future. I think these are the things we have to follow, ma'am.
Yeah.
And lastly, I would like to give a small acronym to you students. So you write your exams with the help of a pad, do you? PAD, pad, where P is for practice. So if you practice A, you will get an achievement. You can achieve success. And D for don't fear. So in order to appear the exams, first you need to take out your fear, you have to practice, and then lastly you will get your result and the achievement. You can achieve success.
So even we will carry your pad, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nagaraju and Srilata, and you have given an elaborative explanation and on what to write, how to write, where to stop, where to question, and where to put inverted commas, and how to extend a conversation, and how to invite on our special occasions. Children, I think you have got a clear understanding on what type of questions will get in your question paper, and how to answer them, and where you are lagging behind. We know that you are good at all these, but the problem with you is you are not able to write them in a proper way. So, as Srilata said, do practice. Practice makes a man perfect. As we know that you go on writing, you go on reading, definitely you will get whatever you want. Definitely you will write your exams in a better way, and you will learn the language in a better way. All the best.
Fine.
Thank you so much.
A small intervention, ma'am.
Yes.
See here, in the form of baseline and midline, only you see all the students, if you really observe, the common thing is you will be given a picture. So you have to talk about the picture, where your speaking skills will be brought out, and based on the picture a few questions are formed. So a passage is formed. You should be able to read that passage, which means that there the reading skills will be brought out, and based on that immediate passage, and again the questions will be given. There the comprehension skills are tested, and you have to write something, at least 10 meaningful sentences about the given picture. See here, almost all the skills are covered, right? Why the basic level of question paper is designed even for the 6th and 7th, and even for the higher classes? Because we want every one of you to improve your own in all those areas. So I hope in the future you will improve a lot and you practice well, and as agreed with ma'am's pad, right? Practice makes man perfect, right? Okay. Thank you for this opportunity, Vanaja ma'am, and thank you for being as a co-panelist.
Yeah.
Srilata ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.